Hi, it's Kip in Bates here, and this is actually a follow-up to my earlier video where I was answering a question by Vincent Luchtenberg, in which I said that I wasn't 100% sure that contracts could deploy other contracts, that it made sense to me that they would be able to, but I couldn't guarantee it, and I couldn't remember off the top of my head whether they could or could not. And Thomas Katajan Stanjak, if I remember his name correctly and pronounce it in an understandable manner, pointed out to me that yes, contracts can be written in such a way that they can subsequently deploy other contracts. And in fact, there's a special opcode, which is Ethereum speak or machine code speak for a command that does precisely that. It's called create or create2, and it allows contracts to create and launch new contracts. And as Thomas pointed out, the canonical example of this is the Uniswap contract factory. So Uniswap provides a block of code that creates dexes, exchanges which have pairs of tokens and that allow you to swap one of that pair for tokens of the other pair, half of the pair. And one of the things that people may want to do is launch their own future dexes for their particular token pairs, and Uniswap enables that with the Uniswap contract factory. So you call that function with a pair of token contract addresses, and then that contract factory will spawn off or launch or deploy a new Uniswap decentralized exchange specifically for that pair. And it is therefore a contract that is creating and deploying other contracts. So thanks for pointing that out, Thomas. Actually, this illustrates a point about computer programming, which is that I did look at the Uniswap contract factory code quite a while back, but what I never did do is actually use the functionality that was in it myself. And as a result, you get an example of the difference between reading about something and actually doing it yourself, and therefore having the experience. I personally find that if I don't actually get my hands dirty and do something, then I only have an intellectual rather than a practical understanding of it, and over time the former fades away. It's only by actually engaging with a particular programming paradigm or particular block of code, modifying it myself and playing about with it, that I really internalize what's going on. And what Thomas pointed out to me inadvertently is that I should actually do some more practical stuff in these things and not just rely on reading about them in order to get an understanding. So thank you very much, Thomas. That was a very valid point to make. And Vincent, I hope that gives you a further insight into the Ethereum smart contract world and what you can do with it. That's it for today. See you all in the next video soon. Bye for now.